Hey there, it's David. Welcome or welcome back to Cross Fitness, helping men and women get in the best spiritual shape of their lives, one workout at a time. Quick thought in this video that I'm calling There's Nobody Like You. And that's you I'd like to talk about in this short video today. 3 points, real quick, as it relates to you. Number one, there's nobody like you. Of all the people that have ever lived or ever will live, there's no one like you. I'm telling you, if a search was made, you're the one original. You're the Mona Lisa. You're the Stradivarius. You're the only one and uniquely, remarkably, spectacularly you that ever was or ever will be. You are you. And it's just a spectacular thought that there's nobody like you with your DNA and your personality makeup and your sense of humor. And you are who you are. And it's worthy of celebration, not to be tolerated, but to be celebrated. There simply is nobody like you. And you don't have to be like someone else or fall into the comparison trap. Oh, how vulnerable we are to look on social or look in media and say, oh, that I would be like that person, like her, or like him. Well, I understand that there's some things that we would like to improve or shore up, but gosh, you can't be them and they can't be you. And that's by God's design. There's nobody like you. And thank God for it. And that's the second thing I'd like to propose to you in this thinking today, and that is your life matters. You matter. Who you are matters. What you do matters. You know, the world would be less if it weren't for you. Things won't get done if you don't do them. I wish I could build this out and elaborate in a way that would make better sense to you. And unfortunately, my language is inadequate. I don't think I'm going to articulate this as well as I would like to, but there are people in this thought bubble that can do this more effectively than I can. But please get the big idea, hopefully by the Spirit of God, that your life matters. The impression that you leave is unmistakable. It's astonishing. It's unique. And the impact and the difference that you make as you walk this world once and one time only. Oh my goodness, your life matters. Who you are matters. What you think matters. What you say matters. What you do matters. And people inevitably and invariably are impacted by you. So number one, there's nobody like you. Number two, your life matters. And number three, discover the life that God has purposed for you. Again, I'm going to be inadequate in conveying this verbally, but perhaps it would be better framed in the acronym STORY. And this is not original. This came from a sermon I just listened to by Max Lucado. And he uses the acronym STORY to develop the thought that your story is unique. It's wonderfully individual. And STORY. The first one he proposes that S stands for your strengths. Like Bezalel in the Bible, who God had gifted through the power of the Spirit, the anointing to be a remarkable craftsman. And God gave Bezalel the wisdom to be an artisan in all kinds of things. Everything he touched was just a master craftsman. And maybe you're a painter, maybe you're an architect, or you do your best work working with numbers as an accountant or a bookkeeper, or you enjoy working with the old or the young, or you like to teach or instruct or lead, or a cook. I mean, the infinite variables of strengths. And it's not that you're the very best at what you do, it just takes less effort for you to do it as an interior designer, and you say, that's easy for me. What may be easy for you may be very difficult for me. But that's one way you can determine and ascertain your strengths, the S in the story. The T is topics. What are you drawn to? What magazines do you like to read? What do you like to watch on YouTube? Modern Marvels or How It's Made, that edutainment factor, or you gravitate naturally towards the arts, the music, or the creative ebb and flow of being a creator? What's the topic? That's part of your story, your unique makeup. The O in the acronym STORY, Max Lucado suggests, is what's your optimum environment? Where do you flourish? Is it indoors or is it outdoors? Is it in deep contemplative work, or is it in, something more abstract? But there's an environment, where you flourish and thrive and succeed, and you feel significant in that area. And God can help you find it. Other people can help you find it. They can point that out to you. Hey, I've noticed about you that your best work is done when and where. So the S, strengths. T, topic. O, optimum environment. R is for relationships, that relationship pattern. You're an introvert, you're an extrovert. If you're mowing the lawn, you want the family out on the porch watching you mow the lawn. I don't know. Or maybe, you can just work all day independently, autonomously, and that energizes you and get a lot of work done at your workstation or individually by yourself. Or, you just work best in groups. Your life is fulfilled best when you're working interdependently with a bunch of people instead of independently. So that's that relational piece. And then the why, Max Lucado says, that's the yes thing. That's when you go, yes, I feel God's pleasure in this, just like Eric Liddell did in Chariots of Fire when he made that famous statement that says, God made me fast, and when I run, I feel his pleasure. Where do you feel God's pleasure? That fist pumping yes, when your strengths come together with the topic in the optimum environment, in that relational pattern, that all align up, and the exclamation point is the big why, and it's that yes. You're doing the very thing in the very place at the very time with the very people that make you the very best version of you. So I don't know. Something to think about today, that the world would be less without you. There's nobody like you, that you're making a difference and an impact. You don't need to copycat or imitate, because you're the one and only. You are the original. And you can discover that through your spiritual gifts, your natural proclivities, your past experiences, your future opportunities. Do a SWOT analysis of your own self. Do the personality test, the strength finders and things like that. Yeah, talk to your friends. But it's knowable, it's discernible. And God has given you, uniquely you, everything you need to be the best you that ever was or ever will be. So think on these things. I hope that encourages you a little bit today. For now, I'm David, your virtual mentor, reminding you that I'm always for you. I'm never against you. Go out and be you today. Take care.